good evening, and welcome. You are listening and watching Facebook. Congratulations. This is where we are now. We're watching Facebook, and press like and subscribe because you're watching Janesville community page and Rock County Traffic and Beloit community page. And we are streaming to you from our headquarters here at Rashkin Report in Beloit. And with us is Jeff Navarro, who joins us. And Jeff and Yuri is the Sunday show on Facebook.
It is.
It is. So, Jeff, how's it going? Happy Father's Day to us.
Well, not to me. I don't have any youngins running around, but happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to my father.
Yes, I hope he feels good about it.
He does. We got a couple steaks, head out in the backyard, grilled them, had a couple beers. It was a gorgeous day.
It's fantastic because me and my 10-year-old, we went to see Inside Out 2.
Yeah.
And I have not expected so much conversation about my feelings. And if I don't know how they could be more direct and more in your face with all of that kind of stuff. I went to I'm hoping that a healthier generation of children will grow out of this experience.
Yes, you're going to be talking about this for a long time. I heard a promo on the radio and some talk show was talking about how anxiety takes over the movie so kids know how to deal with it.
Yes, and I look at this and go, okay, has it left my life? Is it still running the show? Is it everybody? To what extent are we all,
Yes.
How much is our anxiety under control?
Well, I don't think so.
Exactly. Yeah, so maybe it's not as true to life as Disney wants us to believe. Anyway, but only you can decide. Only you can prevent forest fires. So speaking of which, I feel like this week has been just a whole list of things that I missed.
So where have you been?
Right, all around, but I managed to, for instance, I saw a little bit of Cashbox Kings on Tuesday.
How were they?
I mean, they're always amazing. They're one of the best blues bands in the country.
Yes,
and the fact that they come to Janesville and Beloit and they play here and they have following here and they have real friends, like people who know them individually here is great. And the turnout, because I also did make it to the Friday night at Riverside in Beloit, because it's just down the street from me. So I walked over, and it's always nice. There's Dairy Queen across the street, and it's great. And there was a band, not the same feel, not the same, just the energy that was there for Cashbox Kings. Wow. And I left before I got to see Oscar, who is the singer, one of the two singers, the lead man, Oscar's Motel. This is Oscar Wilson. And so I missed Oscar this time, but I'll catch him at the next show. But just the turnout, the courthouse park was full, and I was there because I came out of a committee meeting, and it was still. I thought that they were already started, but there was another 45 minutes, and people were still going and going and going. So when there's a good band, that Marv Roth Pavilion really that really cooked over there.
Yeah, they packed that place quite well. I had quite a few people come in who went and saw the show. People just love it. You can go down there, you bring your own chairs, bring your food, something to drink, or if you want, you've got some vendors set up to sell stuff. I think events like that are one of the best things that this city does. It gives you something to go to and do, something that's enjoyable. Bring the whole family, sit out, relax, stay downtown, get something to eat, something to drink, enjoy, see the best of what we have.
Those, that's always a partnership between obviously city, whatever nonprofits involved in organizing this, or the city, as I believe maybe is involved actually in running. I don't want to besmirch anybody. This may be part, that is actually doing a great job. But it also the partnership because it takes people to come out to appreciate all of this. And the fact that there's a huge turnout tells me, I know you're not in downtown, Jeff, and I know that downtown, is not as important to you as maybe to some people.
Oh, I'm a big supporter of the
downtown. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I'm a big supporter of the downtown. They've done a great job of revitalizing it, which they've tried so many times and hit a lot of stumbling blocks. And this time it's really working. And I just want to see it grow and grow. it will spread to other parts of the city as the downtown develops more and more. It'll bring more people. If you go to music at the Marv, it's not just Janesville people there. It's bringing people from outside the city. And that's what all of us want.
Good point. Good point. On the other hand, I did manage to miss the bike
Yes.
race. Did you? Well, did people come into Jeff's kitchen and talk about it?
No, they did not. They did not. We were empty that day because of the bike race, which, that's part of what happens when you have these special events. That was a focus on downtown, and they have plenty of vendors down there, and that's a huge event. And I'm glad they do it. I, keep doing it every year. Had a few people come down talk, and you get a few grumbles about the congestion around it, but overall, people like it. It's a interesting concept, and it's something you get to go and watch that normally you wouldn't see. The first year they had the bike race, my coffee shop was right next to the start line. And so I was able to be out there all day. And that was the first time I was right up front at a bike race like that. And it's amazing. It's just amazing to see those people blow by.
I think I mean, I saw it look great on pictures, but I see like it's just getting bigger and bigger, and the reviews are great. And so hopefully they'll just keep coming back.
They will. They want to. And the city works with them quite well. So they'll keep them coming in. Yes, that's a big plus for the city. They deserve a lot of credit for doing it.
What else? What is going on? So, what are people talking about in Jeff's restaurant? Is there anybody coming in? Maybe there's nobody coming in. That's a different thing we should be talking about.
No, actually, we've been doing pretty good this last week. We did have some celebrity visitors. We had Tim Cullen. He brought his intern students in. Every year, he does an internship for some high school students. It's a government-based program, and they take them around and introduce them to how the city government, county, state, and even to an extent the federal government works. They come in, they like to take them to different local restaurants so they get to see how local business works as opposed to a chain. They get to sit and meet the owner. Sometimes when they come in, they'll bring a district judge. I know in 23, I believe it was, they got to go to Madison and have lunch with Tommy Thompson and get to meet him. If possible, they might get to meet Ryan Stile. They might get to meet Tammy Baldwin if she's in the area. So Tim Cullen gets them introduced to plenty of people in our local and state politics. So it's a great thing. So they were in, and that's always nice to have. Had Stan Mylanen. He's always a lot of fun to have in. Some good stories out of him.
Excellent. Yeah, you got a radio station broadcasting right from your kitchen there.
Yeah, I tried to get him to bring the microphone in, let him do a show from here sometime. That'd be a lot of fun.
There you go. Let's see what else is going on with there's farmers market. I went to Beloit Farmers Market yesterday. Didn't make it. I haven't been to the Janesville Farmers Market yet this summer. So I'm sure it's hopping just because actually in Beloit they moved, they narrowed the aisle a little bit. And so there was it really felt very full. I was surprised that I was surprised by how many delicious things there were, considering how early in the season it is. Yes. But it is the last weekend, I think, for strawberries, so that was really good, and the peas and other good things. So the farmers market is hopping in, and I'm sure in both places because the weather was perfect. So what are you going to do? I mean, when it's going to be slightly overcast but not quite raining, okay, perfect. Thank you. Everybody.
Yeah, that's what you want. I know the Janesville one was packed this weekend. My father went down. A bunch of people came into the restaurant after the market, and it was completely full. So lots going on there.
The thing that I should mention about Beloit Farmers Market that really pleased me is several food vendors. Because there's usually one food vendor with egg rolls, and there's a huge line, and then they run out. And this time there was more than one egg roll. There was Afghan food from Afghanistan, which is just we don't have Afghan restaurant in Rock County. I'm pretty sure, unless there's one.
I'd be amazed if we did.
in Evansville. I don't know, but so that was really awesome. Just the variety, not just of the food that you can make, but and arts and crafts, of course, but also different kinds of food, and of course, there's fresh donuts. So I just try to fill myself up with smells as much as possible. But
Yeah,
I think Chad Meisner was making some kind of a shrimp barbecue on the side because he was there selling seafood. So it was just like it smelled amazing.
it
So
would. In Janesville, they do put a lot of the food trucks together because they want to make sure they have a great variety. And I know they always have some good Mexican food. They've got some Mindori down there, some good Philippine food. You got to go there, check out their banana ketchup. If you've never had banana ketchup before, they have it as one of the condiments with their food. It's absolutely amazing.
that seems wrong.
No,
That
it's delicious.
is just banana. I mean, like if this had been like banana mayonnaise, maybe I would accept it. But that's my Russian
No,
root.
banana ketchup. Banana
All right,
ketchup.
banana
It's a
ketchup.
product from the World War II, and it works.
Oh, all right. It came with spam, huh?
It did. With all the Americans were stationed down there, they needed ketchup, so they shipped in all the ketchup. The Americans left, and so did the ketchup. So then they worked out how to make a replacement because the Filipinos got used to it. They learned out how to make a replacement for a regular ketchup with bananas.
Have they tried tomatoes?
They don't grow tomatoes in the Philippines, apparently. I don't know, but they
It's
do
so
grow
bad.
bananas.
Ketchup
They
is
do
so
grow
much
bananas.
better. Ketchup, in my opinion, it's so much better with tomatoes.
You can pick some up at the grocery store, right at Woodman's. They have it. You can buy some and try it.
Right. There's the supermarket district.
Yes,
47 supermarkets right on the same corner right there. So you
that's
just pick.
right.
How do people make choices? I think they probably like pick different sections for where I don't even know. Like if you want to meet everybody, then you go to Woodman's. If you want to like buy certain, festival foods, and it's funny, but somehow they all stay in business. It boggles the mind.
It is. There's so much traffic. I mean, that's got to be the busiest traffic corridor in Rock County, right there.
Yes, it is actually, I believe, the greatest it's tourist destination. Really, what brings people from out of town to Janesville, literally.
Sure. If you live in a real small town or on a farm outside of Janesville or in the middle of nowhere, you come into town and do your major shopping once a month, you're going to hit all those stores and stock up.
So buy up those bananas and learn to make ketchup.
That's right. It's delicious. Don't knock it. Go down to Midori Island Grill at the Janesville Farmers Market and give them a try.
All right. What else is on your radar, sir?
Well, boy, I don't know. Been looking around. The farmers market's been going on. They hired I'm really interested in what's going on with the ice arena. So I was watching the city council meeting, and they did hire the management company at $18,000 a month. It's a company out of Florida. They're going to run the whole show for us. And from all the research I've been able to do and find out, it does seem like that's all in line with normal costs and everything. So hopefully they've got a good crew in there. It's a 20-year-old company. They've worked with like 3,000 different towns doing the same thing. So hopefully they've got the experience. They're going to start right now working on booking different events and getting things moving. So hopefully that's going to get going.
Well, that's going to be, a big thing going forward. So this is great.
Yes, it is.
I gotta say, I'm looking through news and I'm scrolling through news about Janesville. It's crime kind of stuff. So like public record. So does that mean that the world is going to heck, or does it mean that it's summer and there's no news, and so just public, this is what we talk about?
That's what a lot of it is here. We've been hearing it's not crazy busy right now or anything because you've got a lot of graduations going on, and people are worried about that, weddings, parties like that. So the news that hits the arrested column and things like that are a big source of topic. But that's always true. Janesville is a big, small town.
Are you saying this is graduation parties gone bad?
Well, it could be. I've seen some that did.
I don't know. There's, I guess we could look deeper into what's going on with with the news, but it seems like, there's a new Starbucks proposed for Prairie Avenue in Beloit. Hey,
Yeah, you
hey,
know,
another
I
Starbucks.
know. And I'm telling you, people, this is business slows down at your local restaurants this time of year. This is when you need to jump on the bandwagon and hit up some restaurants. I did the math. Janesville's got 66,000 people in it. If everybody in Janesville was to come to Jeff's Kitchen one time a year, 66,000 people, that means I would have 180 customers every day. And if they spend an average of $15 per person, that would give me $2,700 in sales a day. And that's with people eating in a restaurant one time a day. That's a huge number. To look at it slightly differently, with people going out, on average, people either dine out or get carry out 7 times a month. Approximately twice a week, people are going out. That would be 25% of the population dines in sit-down restaurants twice a week. In Janesville, that would be 16,500 people. That's 33,000 meals. That's nearly $500,000 in sales in 1 week. And if those people would channel a small amount of that to local restaurants instead of hitting a chain, drive by the fast food places, you'll see that line at the drive-through window a mile long. And you drive past the local place and it's like, God, are they closed or are they open?
Well,
So
having a drive-through window is really important, and they don't call Janesville for nothing.
that's right. It's well earned.
It's earned reputation, and why, but on the other hand, I was pleased because I drove by the new Starbucks by Janesville Mall, and
Yes.
you know what, there was not like a line out the door. It wasn't like a Chick-fil-A kind of thing.
Right.
There was like room, so maybe, this reminds me of when I went to New Orleans, and I think people who figured it out, the stores, they were just selling chicken and daiquiris.
Yeah,
And
there we go. I'm
that's
jealous. I want that.
right. So
Chicken and daiquiris. Yeah.
that's a solution.
Yes, New Orleans diner.
Right, but there was a room at Starbucks, which gave me hope. So if people are not, everybody's running to Starbucks at the same time, even though it's
Right.
the most visible location in town. I mean, right there in front of the mall.
Right.
That maybe people were somewhere else. But
Let's
then,
hope. And there's nothing wrong with going to chain restaurants. There's nothing wrong with it. But take 1 or 2 of those visits and return that to the local place. Because remember that you get those few extra customers that come in every day, and I can give a dishwasher a few more hours so he can pay his phone bill. My server can wait on some more tables and make some more money to help buy shoes for her son. That's where that local money goes. It doesn't go when you go to Starbucks, it goes into the big bank account and it goes to some other city where the money sits. Chain restaurants spend approximately 70% of their purchase money out of town, whereas local restaurants, it's the exact opposite. They spend approximately 70% of their money in town. When somebody needs a sponsor for their softball team, their kids' little league team, it isn't Starbucks or Applebee's they go to. They go to the local restaurant. When they're having a fundraiser, they come to the local guy. And we're happy to do those things. It's fantastic. But come on in and show us a little bit of love. What we need is, like you say in the restaurant, what we need is butts in the chairs.
Those butts and chairs. I was going to say, dear listeners, viewers, you should not only press like and subscribe, but also comment on what are some of your favorite local restaurants. I mean, come on, let's
Yes.
get realistic. I mean, maybe it's Jeff's, but maybe there's others. I don't know.
There are a lot of great ones around. There are a lot of great ones. I support local. I don't consider those people my competition.
Some of my favorites have wheels on them, so that's
right.
part of it too. So there's a lot of good options, and really, it seems like there should be enough business for everybody. But
there definitely is.
Starbucks is a big deal. Is this a sign of respect? Like this community has one, two, how many Starbucks or how many quick trips does Janesville have or needs,
I
It's a
think
sign
Quick
of
Trip has
respect.
become a religion. It's the
Well,
whole new temple.
it is. It's interesting. And there's a house of worship located conveniently, within a driving distance,
Yes,
of
yes.
most places.
And you can get gas.
And check your tire pressure for free, fill up your tires.
Exactly.
I
I
mean,
don't
there's
do
so
that.
many
I don't have a tire pump out front for customers.
maybe that's
Maybe I
the
should get
gimmick.
one.
Well, you
Hey,
should get
that's the problem. I see what I need to do now.
one. Maybe you should have I don't know, electrical charging station in front of your restaurant. I don't know how those things are doing, but it seems like they're around.
I don't know.
What else is what else is going on until the fair starts? Is this like we're just kind of in this is opportunity for people to just rest and relax and to forget that there's anything going on, and just like all of a sudden Janesville and Rock County feels like a summer getaway. Like here we are in this small town just resting from the world's problems, in a local
Well, it's recovery from school just getting out and the graduation parties and getting adjusted to that. Now we've got Father's Day. We can head straight into the real days of summer. And apparently, we're already going to get the summer heat. So we're in the dog days of summer already. But this is our lull before 4th of July because that's the next big thing.
That is going to be the next big thing, and I don't know what is the status of parades. I mean, there's always a few. This is where I get notifications from local elected leaders who are running for different offices or not, and want to be in the parades, and
Yes.
like Memorial Day parade in Beloit, and then you have the July 4th. There's going to be Milton and Evansville, and there's a few ones. Janesville's got like everything. Are they going to have fireworks in July 4th? I remember that was a few years back. There was some conversation about that. That was a thing on and off. Where we're at now? Does
As far as I know,
Mid-America
they are.
anymore?
Well, they are doing the fireworks, but it's a lot cheaper to let Milton do them. Save some tax money there.
Hey, that's great, Milton.
We all know Milton's rich.
Well, that's why they live there.
That's right.
So bless their hearts. But I think it's important to acknowledge actually that speaking of July 4th, which is still a few weeks away, but there's going to be BJSO performance, Beloit Janesville Symphony Orchestra in Beloit with fireworks, and there's no certainty whatsoever. I understand that there's going to be what's going to be future Beloit Janesville Symphony Orchestra afterwards, which to me means that people should come out and support them on July 4th. And there's been conversations about, are they performing both in Janesville and Beloit? They're performing somewhere in Rock County. Come out, support them, and show that we need to have that this is something that we consider important to have in our community. So that's going to be obviously a big midpoint for the summer. So until then, you're right. This is just recovery from school. This is like, I don't have to go to school anymore. Life is different. What does this feel like?
Yes, you're getting used to sleeping a little bit and relaxing. So it's a nice change. And it's a perfect time to come in and have some lunch.
That's a good. You got some specials?
We always have specials, whether we're doing our fajita Friday, a dinner for two for $35, ribs on Saturday. We're 2 weeks from now, we're going to be coming out with a whole new menu. So all kinds of interesting, fun stuff going on.
I think we should bring up and discuss briefly or not the fact that Jeff's Kitchen, as far as I can tell right now, currently is the only local restaurant open for dinner.
Other than bars, as far as I know, we're the only restaurant that is open regularly past 3 o'clock. Some of the local places will do a fish fry on Friday, but we're the only one that night after night.
So if you don't want to be in a bar, you have no other option.
Right. Or a chain restaurant. Hit a chain restaurant or go to a bar, and we get plenty of people in. They don't have anything against bars or alcohol. It's just not the atmosphere they want to hit. They want to try something like that. They want to go to that little local diner, that little corner place. And we're the only one that's open for dinner, so you can come in night after night. We make everything from scratch, too. The food here is homemade food. We make our own mayonnaise. We make our own salad dressings. Any sauce in the kitchen, we make it from scratch. We don't buy anything. So when you come in, if your mother was a good cook, it tastes like your mother's food.
Well, and no bananas were harmed during the making of this podcast, and or turned into ketchup.
I'm going to send you a bottle.
I expect, I'm very curious now, because some things I just would be like, it's interesting to hear about it, but I don't really want to try. Banana ketchup, I'll give it a try. That seems harmless enough. Just, maybe it's like white strawberries. Who knows? Maybe I've been missing all my life. I've been banana.
You'll try it and you'll say, "Bananas, where have you been?"
All right. Well, look at this. We have a viewer. Patty is recommending Knut's in Orfordville.
Excellent place.
Which is an excellent place, and I believe they do catering.
Yes, they do. They do a lot of catering very well.
Yes. So there you go. We have, but maybe that's just out. Well, but it's also a bar, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It is. So
it's family friendly. It's a wonderful place to go.
It is. It is. It is great. And I mean, in Orfordville, where else are you going to go?
I don't know if there's another.
I don't know either.
I don't know. I don't know how many places Orfordville can support. But I know Knut's has been there for quite a while.
They sure have it. It's a fun place. You're right. I remember I once had a pretty popular video when I filmed, just drove through downtown Orfordville like at noon, and there was like not a single car anywhere.
I've lived in those towns.
People were busy working. What are you going to do?
Right.
All right. Well, on that note, then, why don't we wrap it up for today, and we'll come back next week, and we'll talk about what's going on in Janesville, in Beloit, in Rock County. And you know what? I also, another thing that I didn't make it to that I want to acknowledge, I think is important. There were actually 2 celebrations in Beloit yesterday of Juneteenth. And that's really great, because somewhere in Rock County that is being celebrated. And it's a liberation of slaves, which I think is, a really important part of our history. So it's nice. I did not make it to that event, but it was great to see that it was a big 2 big celebrations. So it was awesome.
Yes, it's a good thing that they do celebrate it. I know the city council passed a resolution honoring it, and it's something that we should have a celebration here for, and people need to learn what it really is about and to celebrate it and enjoy it.
Yeah, on Rock County Board of Supervisors, we can't do those things anymore. We can't pass just things in support of good things.
You can't be happy.
Too controversial now. I can't do that. All right. Well, let's hope the world continues to revolve.
Let's hope.
Thank you, Jeff, and my name is
Yuri.
Yeah, thanks for watching Janesville Community Page, Rock County Traffic, and Beloit Community Page. I hope you're not driving, and take care until we meet again.